From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
I'm Jonathan Amberian at the state capitol. Montana leaders say there's more work to be done before they make a final decision on how to divvy up $260 million in funding for broadband improvements. I'll let you know why they want to take a closer look at how the applicants for that funding were scored.
And we all think our personal information is protected. That may not be the case, as a person finding websites able to uncover a lot about you and yours on your online footprint. We'll have more on that coming up as well. 6:27 now. Skies looking not too bad over the Miami City
really
and our community hospital of Anaconda ICAM this morning.
I think a lot of times by the time we get to late August, early September, really the only thing in our minds are how are we going to breathe when we're outside?
Right, yeah, it's been that way for so many summers.
We've been pretty lucky so far. Air quality doing pretty well even this morning. So let's
keep it that way.
Yeah, let's hang on to that as long as we can. The temperatures this morning, a big spread, 37 degrees in West Yellowstone, nearly 60 for most of the morning in Belgrade, 47 in Butte. The afternoon does hold the potential of a few spotty showers. I don't look at this as a real active weather day, but there may be a few showers in the region that we may have to contend with. You look at our planner for today, a few isolated thunder showers as you get into the afternoon for Bozeman. The farther west and north you go, our chances are trying to fall apart. We're not looking as great a chance at those showers. We do have more showers in store. We'll take a look at the weekend forecast coming up in just a couple of minutes.
All right, thank you, Matt. 6:28, our top story this half hour. A state advisory commission says it wants to take more time to finish its scoring process before deciding how to divide up $260 million in funding for upgrading broadband internet service in the state. MTN senior political reporter Jonathan Amberian looks at what led to that decision.
The chair of Montana's ARPA Communications Advisory Commission says it's worth it to put another set of eyes on the scoring that will eventually determine which projects receive a share of the available funding for broadband improvements across the state.
At the end of the day, our job is to make sure that we do what's best for Montana, and I can assure you that is happening.
Senator Jason Ellsworth, a Republican from Hamilton, made a motion to have State ARPA Director Scott Mendenhall go back over the initial rankings of the 75 projects that applied for this funding. It comes in response to public testimony earlier this month, when some companies said they believed the scores had missed their project's advantages. Ellsworth says the initial rankings were always preliminary, and this is not a rescoring. No new information will be added to the applications.
I've promised an open and thoroughly vetted process to the public. So Director Mendenhall will pick a few people and go through and double check our homework. And I think at the end of the day, we're going to end up with a product that serves Montana best.
The 46 projects at the top of the initial rankings covered parts of 21 counties, with the majority in western and central Montana. 20 of the top-ranked projects were from a single company, Charter Communications. A representative from Charter said Monday they hoped any review of the scoring would be complete and consistent for all applicants. Ellsworth says there's no specific timeline yet for when the final scoring could be completed. In Helena, Jonathan Amberian, MTN News.
All right, 6:30 now. Workers in gloves and masks spraying yards for mosquitoes becoming a familiar sight this summer in many places. But experts are warning about the harm being done to the ecosystem by those chemicals. Newsy's Stephen Graddick explains.
In one of the nation's most expensive housing markets, prices are finally dropping.
Where that has caused a change is in our inventory.
But as interest rates rise, home affordability is changing more slowly.
Either you're going to have to pay more for that house because the loan is going to cost more, or you're going to have to downsize the kind of house that you want.
And some experts are urging first-time buyers especially to wait.
I think that right now, it's an opportunity for the market to settle back down a little bit, although still a great seller's market.
Experts and forecasters see a cooling market in some cities, a scale tipping more in the buyer's direction. But we're not headed for a nationwide market crash.
This is not a situation where it's going to just drastically drop in pricing. There'll be small corrections.
Out west, where home prices reached some of the highest levels in the country amid the boom earlier this year, sellers are slashing asking prices. In Southern California, the median home price dropped more than 1% in July, now $20,000 off its spring peak, according to real estate firm DQ News.
Somebody who's not a cash buyer may actually be able to buy a house, and so from a buyer perspective, it's a good time to get in the market.
As sellers try to take advantage of the last of the seller's market, they're improving inventory for buyers, helping to speed up the cool down. Now, the Fed is eyeing another interest rate hike next month.
Date the rate, marry the house. Purchase your home, and you know you're going to have the opportunity, whether it's in 6 months or a year and a half, to refinance and lower your interest rate back down.
Another hike could make homes more expensive for borrowers, but help keep the cool down going.
Is it Monday? 6:32 now. There's a new concern surrounding the monkeypox virus. The name. Critics are raising the red flag that the name could be derogatory as the once rare disease shifted to a global outbreak in recent months. World Health Organization now plans to rename the virus, holding an open forum to determine what the new name should be. Newsy's Lindsay Thies explains what the renaming process will look like.
It could be a while before we hear any official name change of monkeypox from the World Health Organization. The WHO is first holding an open forum on what the new name should be. This comes after criticism not only for the name, but for early guidance about infection spread, adding to stigma.
The more our public health officials continue to, only describe the epidemiology in a certain community, certain risk group, the more individuals outside that risk group continue to ignore both warning signs and harm reduction strategies.
The WHO says these name changes happen to avoid causing offense to cultural, social, national, regional, professional, or ethnic groups, plus to reduce harm to trade, travel, tourism, or animal welfare. The WHO is one piece of this. They name diseases, but a different group of scientists, the International Committee on the Taxonomy of Viruses, decides the formal scientific name of the species a virus is classified in. That process has a long, precise set of requirements. An ICTV member tells Newsy for monkeypox, a likely species name change would still include the word monkey. Meanwhile, parts of the world struggle to get monkeypox vaccine.
To date, there are no vaccines that we have received as Africa for monkeypox, though we continue to engage with relevant institutions and our partners across the world to try and get monkeypox vaccines here to the continent.
Here in the States, the FDA's emergency authorization is allowing providers to fraction out doses to get more Americans vaccinated. One thing in the meantime the World Health Organization is doing is changing the process when it comes to the way that they are naming their clades. Those are essentially strains of the monkeypox virus. Before, they used to go first by the name of where this particular clade would first originate. Now instead, they're just calling it clade 1, 2, 3 using Roman numerals, and they expect to do this moving forward. Back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Lindsay. And that we're going to shift gears here just a bit. You might remember a time when you needed to contact someone and you would look up their phone number and address in a phone book. That information now available through a simple internet search. People finding websites can be a good place to look up information about a person you're going to meet or hire, but many say they raise privacy concerns. Chris Stewart looked into how these websites get your information, even if you think you're careful online.
This story started when my coworker asked me how it was possible that websites he had never heard of knew so much about him. We found his home address, his cell phone number. This is all on the front page. Also, whether he's a member of a political party and where his parents live and their information. Here's how it works. Even if you're someone who thinks they're careful about what they post online, these people locating websites scan real-world data that is nearly impossible for you to keep private. Property records, voting registries, even divorce decrees are all examples of data available to everyone. When I do stories on data privacy, I go to Dr. Jennifer King. She is an expert on it at Stanford.
In the past, we were protected by the fact that if you wanted to have access to these public records, you would have to either have a copy of the White Pages directory yourself, go to the public library and look them up.
Some may see this as an invasion of privacy. But former Silicon Valley lawyer Bernard Chow says it's all legal. He told me a question raised in the classes he teaches at the University of Denver's law school is whether all public information should be accessible with just an online search.
You wouldn't go down to your courthouse to find out whether your neighbor's divorce was messy or not. It wasn't worth it. But you might Google that. Maybe that's still information we want private, even though previously you could have gotten the information with a lot of effort.
I reached out to 5 records websites that came up with questions about how they get their information. 3 didn't respond. Nuber.com did, but only thanked me for asking and said they were not interested in giving me answers. Clustermaps.com did answer my questions. They said they hope their site can be a way for old friends to reunite. They told me they get their information from hundreds of data sources like property records. They also said they pay for personal data from third parties who gather it from across the internet. To my question about privacy concerns, they said there is an opt-out option on their site. But to wipe your information from all sites, Bernard says that would be quite a chore.
I don't think normal people have the time to do that.
There are services like Delete Me, which for around $19 a month says it will wipe your name from Google searches.
Even if you engage with those tools, it may not plug all the holes. There might still be data available that with hunting somebody can find.
I think it is very hard to have any framework where it's upon the individual to contact multiple entities to assure their privacy. I think that's just practically not going to be something that's done by millions and millions of people. So what I think we need to have is laws that say you don't have to do that. We have to have it the other way. No, your information is private, and if you really, really, really want this, you're going to have to get it from the individual.
I'm Chris Stewart, reporting.
All right, we're going to try one more time here. It is one of the most recognizable buildings on the MSU campus, and it's turning 100 years old. Romney Gym, constructed during the early 1920s, made famous when the Bobcats won the men's national basketball championship during the 28-29 season. That team, of course, later dubbed the Golden Bobcats. Romney Hall has a long history, and MSU plans to celebrate it. MTN's Kristen Merkel has our story.
I'm here in Romney Hall after it just reopened in November to celebrate this historic building's 100th birthday.
It is a pride of our campus. There's no question about that.
Romney Hall is one of the oldest buildings on MSU's campus. After renovations that finished in the fall, the hall has transitioned from just a gym to a major academic building on campus.
For about 10 years, Montana State rallied to try to rejuvenate Romney Hall. It went from 141 classroom seats to now over 1,000 seats.
This hall holds many memories, including sports victories and commencements.
Ott Romney coaching the Golden Bobcats when they won the national championship. But that building also housed our commencement until the mid-1950s.
With around $32 million in funding, Romney Hall was renovated while still keeping some of its old charm.
One of the cool things in there, if you've not been in there yet, is that you can, in the Wadad Cruzado auditorium that's in there, it's a large classroom, and in that building was left a big circle. I'm not sure the circumference, but it is the original basketball floor that was in there, so it's part of the classroom.
The opportunity to celebrate 100 years of something does not come around very often, so the MSU Alumni Foundation is hosting a celebration Tuesday.
We're excited. We have had a great turnout for the celebration tomorrow, and we'll be recognizing, of course, Romney will be having birthday cake. And again, it's just an opportunity to celebrate 100 years of this iconic building on our campus.
Romney Hall is a staple to MSU's campus and Bozeman, and for 100 years, that deserves to be celebrated. In Bozeman, Kristen Merkel, MTN News.
Again, that big birthday celebration coming up later today up on campus. We're going to take a quick break here on Montana This Morning. We come